Welcome back to this brand new section called JavaScript Math and Dates. Hopefully now you're starting to get a better understanding of what JavaScript is and what JavaScript can do. And things should be looking a lot more familiar now to you. So we're going to get started by looking at JavaScript Math. And JavaScript Math allows us to perform complex or simple mathematical tasks, such as creating random numbers, finding the lowest or highest value in an array, for example, rounding numbers up and down, amongst others. And then we'll take a look at JavaScript dates. And the JavaScript date object allows us to work with the current date. We can do that in a few different ways, and we'll take a look at that as we get through this section. So let's get started as usual in our JavaScript folder. And I'm going to create a new folder inside there and call this one Math and Dates. And then I'm just going to copy any folder from the previous sections and paste it in there just to get us started. And I'm going to call the first one JavaScript Math. And then let's open that in your text editor. And then as usual, change the title to JavaScript Math. And then delete any code from previous videos. There we go. Okay, so we're going to get started with pi, and hopefully you remember from school what pi is. And if you don't, pi is 3.14, and we can find that in JavaScript by using the math object, and then dot, and then pi. And we can display math.pi in any of the usual methods. So I'm going to create an alert and then put the math.pi inside the brackets with the semicolon at the end. I'll just make this a little bit bigger so you can see it. Okay, so then open up the browser and let's see how that's looking. So there's our alert. So the value of pi is 3.141 and many more numbers after that we don't need to worry about for this video. So if you're happy with that, just comment that out. And then next we're going to take a look at how to generate a random number in JavaScript. So the way to do that is with the math object once again. But this time, use .random. But this time we need to put the brackets in there. And again, we can just alert that to the browser. So alert, and then surround the math.random inside the brackets with the semicolon. And then let's take a look at what is displayed. Okay, so alerted to the browser is 0.85. And you may be wondering why this is a random number. Well, in JavaScript, a random number is generated between 0 and 1. And 0 is actually included in this random number, but 1 isn't. So be careful of that. And if we want to generate a random number, for example, between 1 and 10, we still need to do it in the same kind of way, but then we just need to multiply the result, for example, by 10. So far in the two examples which we've just shown you, the numbers have a lot of decimal places, such as this one there, but sometimes we want to round to the nearest whole number. And with JavaScript, we can either round up or we can round down. And the way to round up, so we'll create an alert to start with, and then inside the alert brackets we need to use math and then .ceil, which is short for ceiling. And then inside the brackets after that we need to put the number which we want to round up. So if we created a number of 4.5, this should round this number up to the nearest whole number, which is 5. So then refresh, and we'll get the value of 5 in the alert box. And that works with any number. So we should still get 5 now. And rounding down is actually pretty similar. So instead of math.ceil, we use math.floor. And then again, we pass in the number which we want to round down. So we've put a number in there of 7.6. We should now get the value of 7 inside the alert box. Okay, great. And again, this works with any number. It doesn't matter how high or how low the number is. It will still always round down to the nearest whole number. So let's comment that out and then continue on below that. So that's a way of rounding a number up or rounding a number down. But if we just wanted to round to the nearest whole number, instead of always rounding up or down, we can do that with math.round. So create your alert box and then math.round. And then, for example, a value of 7.2. This should be rounded to the nearest number of 7, which we get there. And if it's above 5, such as 7.6, that should round up to 8 now. And if the number that we passed in was in the middle, so it was 7.5, this value will always be rounded up, so we should still get 8 in the alert box. Okay, so I'm just going to comment this one out and then move on to looking at minimum and maximum numbers. So if we had more than one value and we wanted to check which is the lowest number or which is the highest number, we can use math.min and math.max. So let's alert, this time math.min. And then inside the brackets this time we can pass in more than one value. So let's put some numbers in there separated by commas. So 8, 15, 3, and 63. So now we should be able to work out which is the lowest number. So if that's all going to plan, we should get the value of 3 inside the alert, which we do. And then all we need to do to find the highest value is just change .min to .max, and now we should get the value of 63. There we go, so there's 63 inside the alert box. Okay, so there's one or two more examples to look at on your cheat sheet, and they all work in a similar way to the examples which we've just been through there. So now we have a better understanding of how JavaScript Math works. In the next video, let's put this into practice in a mini challenge.